NCTV45, strong enough for Lawrence County.
For a walk, and we're not going to really walk so far, but I've got a great question for you, one that maybe you've seen on some houses in and around Newcastle. Maybe you haven't seen them. We're going to see if you can tell me what this is. And on this history moment. And then we'll give you a little background. Now, I'm going to get up close enough so you don't have to look a far ways away. And we are almost to the spot. And here you go. And notice that the door is off the ground. I'll give you a little closer look. As you see, a little latch there, a handle. Now I want you to think what that door is for. And now think about this. A door, and right across from it, another door, and you can see where the latches were here. One of my good friends and classmates let me take a picture of this door next to a door. Well, if you're wondering, let's take a gander. Now, these kids aren't just playing with ice. No, they're working with the Iceman. The Iceman was someone who sells or delivers ice from a wagon, cart, or a motor truck. This profession was formerly much more common than it is today. In the late 19th century and mid 20th century, in cities and towns, especially that like Newcastle, many icemen got around and were delivering. The icemen in the northeastern United States had origins in southern Italy. Arriving in the U.S. with little education or trade skills, these immigrants began ice routes. And they would use those little doors to put the ice in. Yes. Some of the routes got bought out in the mid-80s and 1990s because large corporations wanted to produce ice for restaurants and bars. The tools of the icemen were wires to tie the ice in bags, hooks, tongs, and ice picks. Beginning an iceman was an arduous task. The icemen usually began their day at 4 a.m. and finished late in the evening, depending on both the season and the day of work. Many icemen worked 7 days a week and through holidays. And here's what they're getting it ready for. The ice box. Yes, in this lower corner here, you see a picture of the refrigerator. But that didn't come along until the 1930s. From the mid-19th century to the 1930s, and even into the 30s, people had what they called an ice box. Now, the ice box, back in the days of ice harvesting, which had hit an industrial high that ran from the mid-19th centuries to the 30th, to the 30s when the refrigerator was introduced into the home. Ice boxes had hollow walls lined with tin, zinc, and packed with various insulating materials such as cork, sawdust, straw, and seaweed. A large block of ice was held in a tray or a compartment near the top of the box. Cold air circulated down and around the stored compartments in the lower section, as you can see with the glass in the center picture. Some of the finer models had a place where the ice would drain the ice water into a catch pan or holding tank. In cheaper models, a drip pan was placed under the box and had to be emptied at least daily. The user had to replenish melted ice by obtaining new ice from the Iceman. Now, these boxes had to be, of course, you saw the Iceman. You might be wondering, where did they make the ice in a town like Newcastle? Well, I got you covered on that one. The Newcastle Ice and Cold Storage Company was located at 111 South Beaver Street and was incorporated in 1901. The concern manufactured 130 tons of artificial ice daily, giving employment to 8 men. J.D. Drum was the superintendent. Now, there was another ice plant, and that was on Grant Street, just west of the Shenango China plant. Ice was delivered to many of the houses on the North Hill and also was delivered to the east side and all over. So just a little thought there on ice. And now you know this NCTV45 moment in history. Thanks for watching, and we're available anytime on your time. Have a great day.